Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the sixth episode of the Brainstormers Podcast. As you can see, we're not joined by Vanessa today. She is missing in action. However, this is an episode I've been looking forward to for so long because we are here with one of my favorite people in the epilepsy community. This is Lisa. She is a part of Epilepsy Canada and just one of the most kind and genuine people you will ever have the pleasure of speaking to. So, anyways, Lisa Gray,
Oh my gosh.
thank you so much for being here and for joining us.
Thanks, Alec. Oh my gosh, what an introduction. Holy moly. Well, right back at you. Like, talk about the most kind and compassionate, genuine person. That's you. That's you.
Well, for
Um,
those who don't know, do you mind talking a little bit about your connection and your role within Epilepsy Canada?
yeah, for sure. So I guess my connection to epilepsy is that my dad lives with epilepsy and he's had it all my life. He was diagnosed right before I was born. So I didn't know a life really growing up without him having epilepsy. It was just sort of our normal. Yeah, he was really lucky in a sense. He was on medication that controlled his seizures for the most part. He had a few when I was young, and I remember being really terrified of them. But we never really talked about it. It was just he has epilepsy, and that was kind of it. And then later on, he got more involved in the epilepsy community, and then subsequently so did I. And my volunteer role with Epilepsy Canada turned into a more formal position, and now I'm the director of marketing with Epilepsy Canada, and I've been with them since right after my mat leave in 2020.
Oh, that's so amazing.
Yeah, and then I got to meet you right after
I
that.
was just gonna say this is because our relationship goes back, yeah, like almost 5 years now, and it's been a remarkable one. Just kind of getting to know you and your family, your husband. Like it's just you guys are again, as I said, I can't stress it enough. You guys are just the reason that we want to kind of work with Epilepsy Canada, the reason that we kind of it's you're the people that we kind of need in our community more than anything. So we really do appreciate everything that you do to help raise awareness
Alec, we
and everything
appreciate
else. So.
you.
Now, aside from the 1 and 100 event that Epilepsy Canada is hosting, which we'll get into soon, are there any other projects that you've been a part of that are upcoming or anything that you'd like to share or talk about?
Yeah, we're doing lots of really cool things, and we have a new CEO this year, Joanna McDougall. She just started in June, and we have a new board chair that just started or a little bit earlier, and so lots of big changes on the horizon and fun things coming up. But the 1 in 100 is our only national event. It's the one thing we do during the year that crosses the entire nation, which is really cool. So we're really excited about that, and we are full steam ahead getting ready for that, which
Absolutely.
starts in October.
Yep, absolutely. So, speaking of the 1 in 100 event, how did it start? Like, what was like the origin story behind it?
Yeah, yeah. So, like you and Brittany, we were approached by a young woman named Lorianne Bissett in 2021. She's a young woman, a university student at the time, living with epilepsy, and she wanted to organize a fundraiser. She wanted to run 100 kilometers within 24 hours, which was an amazing feat. And I later came to learn that she'd never even run a marathon before. She never even run like
Yeah.
40 kilometers, let alone
Jeez.
100. So this was an amazing undertaking. And through that event, it was during COVID, and she wanted to find a way to get other people involved. So we ended up opening up the last 10 kilometers of her run virtually, so people across the country could join her last 10 kilometers, and
Oh,
it
that's
was
so cool.
amazing to watch her finish this 100K. Like, I still get goosebumps thinking about her doing it. And together we came up with the name 1 in 100. As you obviously know, 1 in 100 Canadians live with epilepsy, so that's where the name came from. And after Lorianne did her event, people were just so excited about it. And we continued it the year after that, and then it's grown and changed a little bit. It was a relay race one year,
Yep.
and this last 2 years we've done the 100-kilometer challenge in October, which people really seem to love.
Yeah. 100 kilometers in 24 hours. I can't even fathom that.
No,
I know that
it's an impossible feat. She was
no,
amazing.
like doing the 100K last year throughout the course of the month was like, especially chasing around kids, that's like throughout the day, that's no problem. But no, I don't even want to think about the concept of running 100 kilometers in 24 hours. So
No, it's wild.
um,
Wild.
all the power to her, but I'll just leave that for people
Mhm.
more able to.
Yeah.
So
Even I
um,
mean, I think people doing taking on the 100-kilometer challenge within a month even is an amazing feat, and we are always
100%.
so inspired by the stories we hear and how people are getting their kilometers in. I
Yeah.
know last year you were super creative getting your Ks in. I think you threw on some skates at some point?
Yeah, yeah. The first, I think it was October 1st or the 2nd. One of the first things that we did, there was public skating, and at that time we were just kind of getting our kids into kind of like just uh,
Yeah, were the
the
twins
feel of
skating
state
at that
of
point?
skates. What's that? Sorry.
Were the twins skating at that point?
No, like
Yeah.
even our oldest at this right now, like she's in skating lessons, but it's more of kind of like getting like a feel for being like supporting yourself on the ice and whatnot. But we're fortunate for where we live. There's always um, public skating, and a lot of the times it's free, which is great. So if you want to go out with your kid for 10 minutes and they don't want to do anymore, then it's fine. So, but I was thinking, oh, this would be perfect. I could probably get at like 20 kilometers done throughout an hour of public skating. And anyway, so I went out there for a little bit and did some. It turned out after I'd finished the public skate that my tracker wasn't on.
Oh,
Um,
no. Oh, no. Those Ks still count. You still count.
like
They
they
still
count in
count.
my mind. I just didn't. Yeah, I had no way to record it. So
Yeah.
Um, so again, like with the 1 in 100, how can people participate in the event?
Yeah, this is one of the things I love most about the 100-kilometer challenge is there's so many ways to tackle this. So,
Mhm.
so many charities do really incredible runs or walks or cycles. So with the 100-kilometer challenge, we've opened it up to however you want to accomplish those 100 kilometers. So last year we had so many people do it really creative ways. We had a family with a wheelchair wheel 100
So cool.
kilometers, which was amazing. One of our ambassadors, Evan Neufeld, did some of his kilometers on his skeleton, which
Yeah,
just
that's
blows my
cheating.
mind,
He told
and
me
also
about that. That's
cheating. Yeah,
yeah.
totally. But with the 100-kilometer challenge, you can combine any different method. So whether it's just counting your steps or running, walking your dog, going for a bike ride, you can do it however you want. And you can also tackle it with a team. So if you're not feeling up to 100K, get some friends together and divide up the 100 kilometers between your team. That still counts. So however you can manage to get the 100 kilometers in is a-okay with us,
I,
which is one of the things I really love about it.
I do love that so much though, because I remember like even last year, and really like as promoting was kind of like coming out, um, it's just made to feel so inclusive to everybody. It's not. Some people aren't into walking or hiking or biking or what have you, but like it's whatever you want to do, however
Yeah,
you want
walk
to
your dog.
travel. Exactly.
Yeah.
Um, it's just I think it's the most inclusive way to kind of do an event like this on a national scale. So um, now, what if you think that you can't do the 100 kilometers yourself?
Yeah, great question. So really, you're accountable to you and to your, the people you're fundraising to. So the goal is I'm trying to get to 100 kilometers.
Yeah.
Epilepsy Canada isn't knocking on your door if
No,
you
no.
don't reach
You're only
100K.
at 95, buddy. Like,
That's right. Yeah, it's a goal, and we hope you make it. And if you don't, that's okay. And I think that whoever you're fundraising to understands that as well. That this is best efforts, and same with fundraising. We're hoping that everyone makes that part of their event, trying to fundraise, reaching out to
yeah.
their networks. People are excited to hear about this amazing challenge that you're doing. So we hope you'll share it with your community, and whether that's on social or an email or even face to face. And we're asking people to set fundraising goals for themselves. But again, they're not mandatory, and if you don't meet them, that's okay too.
I see. That's the thing too. Like I really, really enjoyed last year with our team was I kind of set. Obviously, I had like a fundraising target that I really wanted to hit, and
And you blew it
obviously,
out of the water?
yeah, you know what? I think Vanessa beat me in the end, though. So
Did she?
she, I think so. I don't know.
Okay.
Vanessa, she has like a whole plethora of people that she can reach out to. So but it was one of my favorite things to do with the 1 in 100 event was I would do weekly updates and pictures of where we went on hikes or events that we were kind of doing to accumulate the kilometers that we had done, and just say like, oh, I've done X amount this week, so many remaining, or I would have stories up on Instagram or Facebook.
That's
And it's
awesome.
things like that, and I think it's really fun because then you get to show the people who are kind of fundraising with you or on your team or your friends or your family. It just kind of keeps them in the loop with how things are going, which I personally had a blast with, anyways. So
Yeah, absolutely. And I think because, this isn't, a big event downtown Vancouver or downtown Montreal, because we're all virtual, when we share it on social, tag us too. We kind of
yes,
it's like we're doing it together, right? Like it's
exactly,
also community building when we're sharing our stories and sharing our our achievements and how much we've accomplished in the week. So we love seeing people's stories, and we love sharing them too, because I think
absolutely.
we inspire each other, right? When we share those stories.
Absolutely. I think that's a big, and what you just said was obviously tagging Epilepsy Canada in your journey and your process. That right there is super cool because, like, it kind of, Lisa's great about like kind of sharing all of our, like, all of these pictures and posts and everything else through social media. So if you guys are doing hikes or walks with your family, if you're rollerblading, if you're whatever you're doing,
Yeah, send us your gorgeous
tag,
pics. We want to see them.
yeah. And I mean, obviously in Canada in the fall, depending on where you live in Canada, it's also perfect for like fall colors on hikes,
Oh my
and
gosh, yeah.
it's. I mean, that's my favorite time to kind of be out with the family, and we're fortunate enough that we're surrounded by great places to visit in the outdoors. So, um,
Absolutely.
but yeah, it's yeah. Please tag Epilepsy Canada in whatever you guys do throughout this, and kind of show them the journey, anyways. So, um, let's see what we got here. Oh, how can people who may not know, how can you kind of get started with the actual fundraising part?
Yeah, another great question. So,
By the
if
way, she's saying great question, but Lisa sent these to me. So
not all not all of them. Great question, Lisa.
great question,
Great
Lisa. That's
question.
right.
We have a dedicated website. So if you land on Epilepsy Canada's website, you can find the 1 in 100 there, and that'll take you to our dedicated 1 in 100 website. There's a specific page that answers all your fundraising questions, and there's also some awesome templates there. There's some email templates, so and you can customize them for yourself, but there's one for before the challenge even starts, one to send during and then another one to send after you're done. There's some social media graphics that you can share and
Yep.
some tags, hashtags, and captions that you can use. So fundraising, while daunting, we're hoping to make it a little bit easier for you by providing some of that stuff. So head over to the
Absolutely.
website and grab those emails and shoot those off to all your friends and family.
Now, this was something that I had thought about because I know last year was an amazing year for 1 in 100, and it
Yeah, our
really kind
biggest
of took.
year yet last year.
Yes.
We're hoping to break
So
it.
I just wanted to kind of because I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but since its inaugural year, how has it grown? I know that you said it's changed significantly over time, but in the last 4 years or so, like how has it grown? I know that last year was the biggest one, and hopefully this year
Yeah,
will be even bigger than last. But have you noticed significant changes or
massive.
increases in
Yeah,
like
massive.
each year?
Yeah, getting bigger and bigger every year.
It's
Um,
so good.
more participants, more teams, more donors, more people sharing their stories. So every year it gets bigger, and we're hoping our little grassroots really catches on, and this becomes a national thing every year that people can look forward to and um, can share with their friends and their families, and perhaps consider, if you're up for it, not even asking people to donate, but asking people to take the challenge too.
Yeah,
Great way to spend time together. You're
that's
talking
just
about
it.
beautiful hikes and walks with friends and family. It's a great way to be healthy and be in community together.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, is your husband Jeff going to be participating in the event this year, or is he a little bit too embarrassed that we beat him last year in our
We did
fundraising
beat him.
efforts?
We beat him greatly.
Bad,
Yeah,
really
we
bad.
did.
Like, is he
Yeah.
embarrassed by that? I just wanted to clarify that, and
Well, maybe he should join the winning team, and then he just won't need
it would be much easier for him. So,
to. Yeah. Jeff, shout out. Join
yeah,
our
yeah,
team.
yeah. Um, so obviously this is a fundraiser for clearly for Epilepsy Canada.
Yeah.
But some people who might not know, where do the funds go towards? Like, what is the biggest thing that Epilepsy Canada focuses on?
Yeah. Our sole mission and mandate is to fund research. And that's to improve the lives of people living with
Love it.
epilepsy and their families and their community. So um, we're looking to improve treatments, find the cures, and we do that through various different research projects across Canada. We've funded research from the west to the east and at universities and research organizations across Canada.
No, I love that so much.
Yeah.
That yeah, and see, like, some people might know my story as far as just listening to the podcast or through social media, but my seizures are uncontrolled, and I've so right now at least. But so things like this with Epilepsy Canada and funding research for new medications, new treatments, that really hits home for me because that's something that hopefully I can look down the line in maybe a year's time or 10 years time, I'll take it, whatever it is. Hopefully there's something that will help kind of control my condition. And I know that I'm not alone in that
Not at
at
all.
all.
Yeah.
So that just, it's one of the reasons, one of the many, many reasons why we just absolutely love Epilepsy Canada so much. Um, so if you don't mind me asking, what was the target for the 1 in 100 last year? And do you remember how it ended up doing? I know it
Mhm.
surpassed it, but
We definitely surpassed it. Last year we had a goal of raising 25,000 and we hit just under 50,000 by the end of the month.
like,
Incredible, incredible. People just turned out and really did amazing things. It was
oh,
awesome.
that's incredible. And then, like, again, as you mentioned too, it's not just the actual fundraising target that was met, it's people joining. And like, I think that in itself, even if you can't hit your own personal fundraising targets, it really does help by having more people kind of involved in it and spreading awareness about it. And it's just, I mean, it's ultimately a win-win
Yeah.
to take part in this event. So, and so, what's the financial target for this year then?
We're going big, Alec. We're
Okay,
going
let's
big.
hear it.
Yeah, 75K. That's what we're
Let's
aiming
do it.
to do. Yeah,
Let's do
let's
it.
do it. Who's ready? Who's in?
Let's do it. And one of the last questions I had about the event, can people from outside of Canada participate in it? And if so, is it the same sort of process, just kind of going to Epilepsy Canada's website and kind of
Yeah,
joining in?
absolutely. Anyone is welcome to join. It's a virtual event. It's all of October, and you know, the research that we're funding doesn't just benefit Canadians. We're looking to improve the lives of and everyone with epilepsy and their families. So, yeah, for sure, wherever you are,
Wherever you
join
are.
us.
Yeah, I love that. Um, again, I can't thank you enough for being here,
Oh my
for
gosh,
doing
no,
everything
thank
that you
you.
do. Um, if you don't already follow Epilepsy Canada on socials, you're missing out because like it's just like everything is just so professionally done, and they are literally just. I mean, I can't say enough great things about them. But yeah, head on over. Please, let's crush this target this year for the 1 in 100 event. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be very, very difficult to beat Lisa, Vanessa,
That's right.
Britt, and my
Yeah,
team.
I think you left that
Um,
out that we have a team.
we have a team here, and I mean, fundraising. Actually, for people who don't know, fundraising is already open.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
if you want to start your team now and get fundraising going, get your team aligned, try to compete against us for second place, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So
Yeah,
whatever
it's
you can
gonna
do,
be great.
spread the word, join, make a team, whatever you want to do. It'll certainly be a fun October. So
Absolutely. I hope you all join us and struggle through this 100K with us.
yeah, we'll recover in November.
Yeah,
So
that's right. Thank you,
awesome,
Alec. This means the world to us. We're so excited and excited to have you guys participate again this year. Thank you.
awesome. Thank you so much for joining us again.
Thanks.